As I opened my eyes, a big message appeared in my view. As a great wizard that I am, I will venture into the more or less unknown using my best skills. I will show you my adventure in the game Street Wizard and if I will be able to beat the boss. The game is currently only available on itch.io and I will explain what this is all about. I wanna try to make this video differently by adding some role-playing and storytelling based on my experience. I kindly ask you to share your opinion about this in the comments. So, let's the adventure start. Wizard of great renown. A cruel overlord has appeared in the kingdom. He intends to subjugate everyone and rule these lands with iron fist. We call upon thee to stop him, O wise sage. As my first enemy appears, a small, evil, but not too evil, rat, I knew what I had to do. My hand was full of spells in the form of cards. Because Street Wizard is a deck builder game with a funny twist. The word itself works like a you are kinda bam, probably. I use the best magic available, like a thwack, to quickly remove the obstacle and move on. I then choose my Revar, another card, Rapid Strikes. Sounds the best, so I took that spell and faced the next challenge. A small rat. With some strategy and 3 mana points, I beat it quickly and moved on, noticing a new challenge ahead. The rat congregation was a bigger dungeon, but with my increased power and wisdom, I took them down with no problem. The area was full with mysterious monsters, so I grabbed a new skill that increased my magical power limits and faced off with an evil fiend. He wasn't a problem either, so I moved on. As Street Wizard, I must face challenges that try to stop me from reaching my goal. The center of all evil in this kingdom. A magical sewer manhole appeared, offering to exchange one of my cards for another. I think the game should improve this part, because the most cards you have, they stack too much and you can't see them quickly. Anyway, I decided to exchange one of my strongest cards for a giant flex. Spell that doubles the damage of your next card. This, combined with even stronger cards I can obtain later, will be very beneficial.
Okay.
Some of my spells used a lot of energy, while others were cheaper or even free. Some spells even restored a portion of my power so I could keep going. On each level there was a new batch of enemies, stronger than previous ones, but I was getting stronger too. Sometimes the game would not let me proceed after beating an enemy, but pressing the spacebar skipped my turn and let me continue. After the rats, I spotted a stack of fiends that merged together to survive against me. They were fools. My magic took them down quickly. Then another group of rats wasn't a problem until a strange shadow man appeared. I used a newly obtained spell to heal myself and fight him. He was tough. I finally defeated him and moved on to the highlands. The kingdom I want to protect. When I reached the kingdom, I felt stronger, with more power and strength to fight enemies I would soon meet. On my journey, a centaur appeared that had to be eliminated instantly. I used all my spells and finally took him down. Next, an old friend, in form of an armored fiend, appeared. He was tougher and well protected against my spells, but still, not much for me in the end. This kingdom was full of nightmares and challenges, and I was both prepared and excited to see what was hidden in the shadows. The next challenge was a roaring chimera, but as a wise mage, that wasn't a problem. Then a crooked knight came my way, and I fought with him too. I have to admit, that fight wasn't the quickest one, but in the end he failed to stop me. Soon I faced a demonic imp, hungry for my pure soul. With some scratches and clever use of spells, I finished him and move on. To my surprise, a sewer manhole appeared again with the same deal as before. I exchanged a small thwack for a big thwack. Making me stronger and making each new battle easier. I fought the same enemies again, and with every battle I obtained stronger spells. Finally, I endured the trial and moved to a more dangerous place, a base of cultists. I didn't want to be as sad as the first enemy I met, so with my new power, I freed the place from its problems. Stronger magic helped me eradicate another obstacle. A wage cultist was next, and he met the same fate. But there was another creature lurking in pure white, guarding the lives of night and day of his lights in the shadows. A tough aquatic spider with a decent amount of health. He was hard to out-control the late magic him, but after using plenty of cards and spells, I finally took him down. Right after another enemy, a sewer manhole appeared. again. I wondered what he was doing in this office-looking dungeon. Don't they clean there? I understand the deal and choose the cards I wanted to swap. After a few more enemies, I managed to beat the last one in the dungeon. The High Advisor, an evil mage possessing the power of stocks. I was prepared for him too, as I was getting closer and closer to the biggest challenge yet. He wasn't too tough, and after defeating him I gained new magic and proceed to the next level. Now, I reached the place where everything ends. Here awaits the ultimate battle for my kingdom, but first a great wyvern appeared to stop me. It was a fearsome foe, but my power had grown with every challenge I had before, and I finished her off without a problem. A few more fights followed against the minions of the great evil boss, but I managed to take them down with more or less problem. My magical arsenal of cards and spells was strong enough. I had plenty of energy, 6 points, that I used to face the greatest challenge. Finally, I reached the end. In front of me stood him, big, shiny, greedy and pure evil, the CEO. As I said before, I used all my magic, all my power and every bit of brain power to face him. He was tough, with a lot of HP, like I saw he was buffing himself with additional armor against my true power of vomits, stimulants, tobacco and fists. But attack after attack, he became weaker, until with my final hit, he fell. I protected the kingdom. So that was the story of Street Wizard. A strange game with super strange magic in form of cards. Head over to itch.io to check out the project for yourself. And let me in the comments what do you think about this video style. Subscribe for more content and bye.